Welcome to Boomer Travel Patrol. I'm your host, Lisa Kaslyn, and today we have a very special guest, Stuart Watkins, who is the president of Trail Riders of the Canadian Rockies, and it's a very interesting nonprofit organization, and he's going to tell us all about it today. Stuart, welcome.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. So tell us about this little treasure you've got going up in the Canadian Rockies.
Treasure is a very good choice of word. In 1923, there were 4 businessmen that met in the town of Banff, Alberta, Canada, in the Rocky Mountains, and decided to go on a fishing trip. And they did, and went out in the bush on horseback and had such a wonderful time that they decided that they needed to share this incredible experience with other people. And 3 of those gentlemen were from the United States, interestingly enough, all prominent businessmen, and the other one was from Montreal. And he worked for the Canadian Pacific Railway, and he went back to Montreal and said, we've got this great idea for a trail ride trip in the mountains. Will you sponsor it? And the Canadian Pacific said yes, and they did right up until 1962. And the rides then were 6 days long on horseback out in the bush, and they are still that way today. And then in 1962, they decided they didn't want to sponsor it anymore. And there were 4 volunteers from Calgary who had been riding with the Trail Riders, thought it was just too good of an event to let drop. So they picked it up, registered it with the Alberta government, and it became a nonprofit society as it is today. And we're still running it that way. We're a group of volunteers, and we spend the winters putting on these incredible, iconic trail rides in the mountains every summer.
Unbelievable. It's so unique. So what is the story behind, sort of preserving this, notion of, the Western cowboy? And who is the kind of typical person who would be attracted to this type of a vacation option?
Well, the best way to answer that is to ask you if you remember a movie called City Slickers that came out about 20 years ago with Billy Crystal.
Yes.
That would be the best example I can give you. We take city people who are interested in Western culture, cowboy culture, horses, the mountains, wilderness. We take them out into the bush for 6 days. It's not a cattle drive like the movie. It's a trail ride, but other than the same thing. And it's interesting how our demographics have changed, because nowadays over 60% of our riders are from all over the world, and they're generally boomers now. They're over the age of 50, and 75% of them are female. So it's changed a bit, and this is intended to be a high-level luxury vacation, as luxurious as you can get in camping, and that's what it is. We house our guests in tents and Indian-style teepees on raised cots, so we're not on the ground. We have just terrific meals every day, and you don't have to feed your horse or saddle your horse or do anything. We basically pamper you for 6 days.
Wow, wonderful. So if you're a wildlife lover, this is the vacation for you, right? Are you gonna get bitten by a bear?
We do see them occasionally, not often, but boy, I tell you, we whip out our camera. I don't know of an expedition that's got more Kodak moments than trail riding. You need to bring, well, I used to say a lot of film, but now it's batteries to charge your camera. Wildlife is just everywhere. We're in Waterton Lakes National Park this year, and we saw more wildlife there last year than we've ever seen before.
Yeah.
And Waterton is about 2 hours southwest of Calgary, Alberta. We take people down there from the airport by bus, and Waterton is the border between Waterton Lakes National Park and Glacier National Park in the state of Montana. And it's also the border between Canada and the United States. So there's 3 borders in one.
Interesting. And I think you had mentioned on our pre-call that, this area really cannot be visited unless you are either hiking or horseback riding, correct?
That is correct. If you want to get out in the back and really see the wilderness and just the spectacular places that we have in our mountains in Alberta, there's only 2 ways. You either walk which of course means backpacking, and that's not something that everybody wants to do.
Mhm.
Or you come with us on the back of a horse, we'll look after you, and we'll take you into the most spectacular country in the entire world.
Yeah, I mean, that in and of itself, you can't see it unless you're with somebody like you. I think that's pretty unique.
That's true. Where we go, there's no other way. There's no roads, there's no highways. You can't land a helicopter. So if you either walk or ride a horse or you don't see it. It's that simple.
Okay. So tell us what's happening this summer. What do you have going on?
Well, at the moment, we have 6-day rides in August. If we get more bookings, we can add some rides in July. And each day we go out into a different area, returning to the same camp every night, which is a very unique thing about our rides, because on a lot of horseback trips, you got to pack up and move every day, whereas we stay in a base camp and the staff look after us. And we go riding to a lake, a mountain pass, a ridge, somewhere every day, come back to the camp. And in the evenings, we have live entertainment consisting of cowboy poetry, some educational talk, square dancing, singing around the campfire. We have a really, really good time. This is a luxury, fun adventure.
Yeah, and this is the summer to go because the US dollar is really trampling the Canadian buck, right?
Well, it was the other way around a few years ago, but things have changed. Price of oil, and it was down quite a bit. It's gone up, but it's still 20 to 21% less than the US dollar. So what does that mean? It means that residents from the United States get an automatic 20% by using US currency.
All right, so now's the time to go. All right, so if folks want more information, what is the website that they should visit, Stuart?
Our website is www.trailridevacations, that's vacations with an S on the end, trailridevacations.com. The website has information you need. I'd encourage people to click on the YouTube video, which is on the homepage. It's only 3 minutes. It'll give you a really good rundown of what we do and what we're all about.
Excellent. Okay, listen, we wish you a lot of luck, and we hope to talk to you again sometime soon.
Hope so too. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Stuart. Bye-bye.